It's Nolan.
Now, before we get started, make sure y'all hitting that like button. Make sure y'all sharing it on your respective platforms. Let somebody know what we're doing today. Now, let's get into the show.
Ayy, I've been waiting for something for me to snap on. Graduated from the freestyle, stay with a cap on. Black on, been in my publishing for these rap songs. Making whack nigga back off, let the cash grow. 5 in the morning, I'm up with my baby, no sleeping. Clown niggas, y'all Barnum and Bailey, I'm creeping. Got an army with me, nah, it's a Navy, so y'all better pay me like K-Dot, them arms to be waving. I had a couple brushes with devils, quiet as kelp. I'm charging for air, you boys talk under your breath. God is my witness, he with me, and he counting my steps. So anybody riding with me, y'all should double your bets. I chose W's, like Aisha Wilson out this bitch. Nigga argue about the gold, I want a Billy out there, bitch. I been counting more cheese like a Philly in this shit. A verse hard white like I'm breaking down a brick. Ratchet on me like the repo man. They done brought me back to life like Encino man. Ran off with the yams like an elope man. I got dealt with the chip, I'm the Frito man. I want millions, Benzes, numbers up senses. Nigga try to count me out, now I want vengeance. 100 rat, taught me how to run it back. Clemson, all I do is work in my city, I need pension. Somebody said it'd be disrespectful to rap on it. I'm by business, y'all niggas ain't got the acumen. Immaculate, I've been adamant with these savages. The flow is so extravagant, extrapolating arrogance. That ain't even drop yet. Bitch, I got plans too. Nigga wanna scrap about it, bitch, I got hands too. Yeah, man, got a nigga twisted like a can too. I clean him out like shampoo. I pity y'all some damn fools.
What's going on, beautiful people? It's the kid J Nolan here. Welcome back to another episode of Inside the Industry, your number one source for music, entertainment, commentary, and breakdowns. Hope everybody's doing well out there this evening. In this video, we're going to be getting into the hip-hop submissions for the Grammys. Of course, that will be taking place February of next year, but now we are in the for-your consideration stage. And with the for-your consideration stage, just about anybody in the industry is able to submit as long as your music lives up to the eligibility requirements. If it was released in the eligible period and it holds up as an album, you're able to submit. Even an independent artist like myself, if I would have dropped an album earlier this year, I could have possibly put in, right? So this is not the nomination phase. This is the phase where everybody comes in, puts their music in a hat, and then the board, the voting members of the Grammys or of the Recording Academy, they will then decipher who they feel are the eligible candidates to be the final nominations going into next year. Now, of course, in hip hop specifically, there has been a lot of projects that have been released that people feel like are going to be album of the year contenders in the rap category. Of course, we know Kendrick Lamar has one of the biggest albums in the industry, so that will probably be submitted for both the general album of the year and rap album of the year categories. So without further ado, let's get into the official submissions from hip hop. So to kick things off, we're going to start with Kendrick Lamar's reported submissions for the 68th Annual Grammy Awards. All right, so first up we have GNX, which has been submitted for Album of the Year, Best Rap Album of the Year, Best Engineered Album, Non-Classical. All right, so that's for GNX overall, 3 potential categories that he will either be nominated or in the runnings to win, right? We'll see. I don't think any of his submissions are going to be rejected, by the way. I don't see that happening. So he's pretty much a lock. Let's be real. Next up, we have Luther with SZA. All right. One of the biggest records of the year. They have it submitted for Record of the Year, Song of the Year, Best Melodic Rap Performance, and Best Music Video. All right. So that's Luther with SZA, also from GNX. Next up, we have 30 for 30 with SZA, which of course, 30 for 30 is a SZA record featuring Kendrick Lamar, not the other way around. And that's for Best Pop Duo Group Performance. SZA is a pop artist, so that actually works. We'll see if it gets accepted. Next up, we have TV Off featuring Lefty Gunplay, all right, for Best Rap Performance and Best Rap Song. Now, if that were to win, that would be a huge opportunity for Lefty Gunplay to get some hardware in his shelf. We also have Chains and Whips with Clipse for Best Rap Performance. And of course, once again, that is a Clipse record featuring Kendrick Lamar. The Clipse have also submitted themselves for other categories, which we will be getting to shortly. Next up, we also have Good Credit with Playboi Carti, which is, of course, again, Playboi Carti record featuring Kendrick Lamar. That was submitted for Best Rap Performance and Best Rap Song. Now, interestingly enough, if these Good Credit, Chains and Whips, TV Off, if these records are all chosen to be in contention at the Grammys, that would be fucking crazy. Because at that point, Kendrick is a lock to win no matter what. Whichever song you choose. TV Off, Chains and Whips, Good Credit, fuck it. Give it to him. He positioned himself so crazy. Anyway, those are the submissions including Kendrick Lamar. Furthermore, we have Offset, who has submitted his work for Grammy consideration with his album Kiari for Best Rap Album. He's also submitted the song Bodies featuring Jid for Best Rap Song, Best Rap Performance, and Best Rap Collaboration. Now, of course, Bodies is a popular song. It definitely got a big reaction from people when it dropped. And I'm sure it will be a great opportunity for not only himself, but also Jid. But we'll just see, again, these are just submissions. We're going to have to come back and reconvene a few months from now to see, or I'll say a couple months from now, to see what actually becomes nominated, right? We'll move forward. Reports are also stating that Playboi Carti has also submitted his album Music for consideration in the Best Rap Album category at the 68th Annual Grammy Awards. We'll see how that goes. Of course, Kendrick Lamar is featured on multiple songs on that project as well. We'll just have to see. We have Ken Carson, who has reportedly submitted More Chaos for Best Rap Album at the 68th Annual Grammy Awards. Best of luck to you. Don't really know much about Ken Carson, I'm going to be honest. But then we have Party Next Door and Drake, which I find to be very interesting because typically Drake has been boycotting the Grammys for years, doesn't even like participating in the submission process, typically tries to retract his nominations and stuff like that because he doesn't have a very good track record of winning. Nonetheless, they submitted Some Sexy Songs for You for Album of the Year, as in general. Album of the Year. They're going to be competing with Kendrick Lamar, probably Cowboy Carter. That doesn't meet the time frame, does it? I think that was last year, or this year. Taylor Swift, Morgan Wallen, probably. Them motherfuckers. So we'll just have to see if Some Sexy Songs for You is even allowed in the category. But then they also have it available for Best Progressive R&B Album. It'll be interesting to see which other R&B albums are submitted in that category. Additionally, they've submitted Somebody Loves Me for Record of the Year, Song of the Year, Best Melodic Rap Performance, Best Rap Song, and additionally, Something About You for Best Melodic Rap Performance. Now, interestingly enough, I think that this submission is potentially for Party Next Door's benefit. Because again, Drake don't fuck with the Grammys. He's got them included in verbiage in his lawsuit. So I think this is strictly for Party Next Door to have an opportunity to perhaps be nominated or win, right? The biggest song from the project, Nokia, was not submitted. None of his solo records that he has dropped this year are in the submission category. Just this little group. Okay? That picture, man. Good God. Moving right along, we've also got Jid. Jid has submitted his album, God Does Like Ugly, for Best Rap Album, which was one of the better albums that has come out this year. Definitely a strong entry. Do I believe it's Album of the Year contender? No. But I do think that it's a good album, and hopefully they do accept it as a nominee at bare minimum, because even a nomination goes a long way. If you're in that final 4 or 5 acts that gets nominated at the show, That's still a big deal, especially for an artist who doesn't have a lot of publicity, doesn't get a lot of mainstream coverage. That would be amazing for him. Next up, we've got the Clipse. So for Clipse, they've submitted Let God Sort 'Em Out. Okay? They've submitted it for Album of the Year in general. They've submitted it for Best Rap Album. They've submitted it for Best Engineered Album, Non-Classical, which it was a very well-engineered album, I must say. They have it available for Best Recording Package. I guess that's based on the entire package of the album, the cover, the back cover, the fold-outs, the art direction. They have it available for Best Album Cover, Best Immersive Audio Album. They've also submitted The Birds Don't Sing featuring John Legend and Voices of Fire for Record of the Year, Song of the Year, and Best Rap Song, which honestly, I think that will be a strong contender because it's one of the most memorable rap songs of the year, even without a lot of radio play or mainstream support. You know, when they've performed it at different shows and performed it at the Vatican even, like, this record showed a different side of the Clipse. Of course, we've already gone over it. Chains and Whips with Kendrick Lamar and Pharrell has been submitted for Best Rap Performance. And then you also have So Be It being submitted for Best Music Video, which it was a damn good music video. Okay, so that's Clipse. We shall see how they fare when it comes to selecting nominations. We've got Tyler, the Creator, with his reported submissions for the 68th Annual Grammy Awards. His album Chromacopia, which that was a damn good album. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. You know, being that late last year, it's still available for next year based on the cutoff from the previous year. I think Chromacopia is also a strong contender to take home some hardware. So he's submitted Chromacopia for Album of the Year in general. He submitted it for Best Rap Album and Best Engineered Album, Non-Classical. He's submitted Sticky, of course, featuring, Wayne, Glorilla, Sexy Red. For Record of the Year, you've got it on for Song of the Year and Best Rap Song. Do I think that record wins anything? No. But you never know. You've got Ring 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 for Best Pop Solo Performance. Darling I has been submitted for Best Rap Performance and Best Music Video. You've got Saint Chroma submitted for Best Rap Song. And I guess Don't Tap the Glass was able to meet the eligibility requirements. So he submitted that for Best Alternative Music Album, which I think that was a good category to send it to, along with Sugar on My Tongue for Best Alternative Music Performance. So those are the most notable entries from hip hop going towards the Grammy submissions for 2026. Once again, this is just for your consideration. At the end of the day, the voting members of the Recording Academy will have meetings. They will have the opportunity to choose who they feel should be eligible to move forward as nominations. But at this stage, everybody has the opportunity to put their music in the hat. All right. So it's a lot of hip hop being submitted. I will say that much. How much of it is going to be forwarded to the next stage, I do not know. I don't even want to try to predict, but you can bet at bare minimum, Clipse and Kendrick are definitely going to be in those final nominations. I'm gonna just go ahead and put that out there now. Where everybody else is gonna land, I can't say with any level of certainty, just to be honest with you guys. In other news, I know it was announced last night that Joey Badass tour, the Dark Aura tour, which was supposed to also feature Rhapsody and Ab-Soul, unfortunately has been canceled in its entirety, which I find to be very strange. Like, you didn't just cancel a couple of shows, y'all canceled the entire tour. Now, I know there was a lot of speculation on whether or not they were able to sell tickets and how it was performing at the box office and stuff like that. Rhapsody came out and said, hey guys, I'm gonna need y'all to calm down. There's a lot of reasons why tours can be canceled. And she said ticket sales were not one of those reasons. You know what I mean? I have a tremendous level of respect for Rhapsody as a person, as an artist, just across the board. So at this moment, I'm willing to take her word for it because I've never seen her come out and just blatantly lie. But one can wonder why their tour was not allowed to go forward. You know what I mean? I saw Charles Brown come out on Twitter earlier today. He said that the first show that they had was in Boston or something like that, and they only had about 50 something tickets left over, which means that the show was actually selling well. So he said, don't be so quick to jump the gun and blame it on ticket sales, because that may not be the end all be all as to why the tour was canceled. But you also got to think, like, we just saw Ab Soul completely tank out on Kai's Mafiathon literally a week ago. He didn't seem to be in the best condition, whatever he was going, you know what I mean, at the time. He seemed a little flabbergasted on screen. So I don't know if it's exhaustion. You know, Reason tried to say it was some sort of addiction that he's dealing with. I don't know that to be the gospel of the truth, but it did seem like Ab-Soul wasn't necessarily in his highest form. I will say that much. I know some of y'all have gone and y'all went and saw his previous tour, you know what I mean, the Soul Burger tour. But whatever has happened in between then and now, he didn't seem to be at 100%. I will say that much. So there may be something to do with Ab-Soul's mental health or whatever that was going on with him. That could be them delaying the tour. It could also be not so much a matter of whether or not they were selling tickets, but it could also be a matter of available resources for the artist. Now, this isn't something that's frequently talked about, but when you have a tour, you need money. You know what I'm saying? And we're not just talking about the money from the ticket sales. We're also talking about the money to actually transport yourself throughout the cities and states that you're going to, right? No artist wants to spend money out of pocket in order to travel 20, 30 cities. And sometimes what artists end up doing is leveraging their catalog or going out and getting a separate deal or getting investors that are willing to put up money up front, giving them, 50, 150 racks and saying, this will be your budget for while you're on tour, and we'll make it back after you complete the tour. And, you can either pay it back out of pocket or you could pay it back via your publishing payouts, right? Because some artists may have music that's accumulating money on the back end for them off of streams, radio, licensing and TV, film, things of that nature, where it's like, I don't want to have to pay this out of pocket, so I'll let my music pay it back over time, because you get 4 royalty payments per year, and you will basically be paying the company back from your royalty payments until it's made whole. And then after you pay it off, unless there's interest, the money will start being sent back to you, right? So it could be any of those number of reasons. It could be other reasons as well that I don't know, right? But I do know that that's a major part of touring, is having the money to get from each city to city, state to state, renting vehicles, whether it be a Sprinter, whether it be a truck, whether it be a bus, which they wouldn't be at the stage of using a bus. But even having a Sprinter van on rental for 30 to 60 to 90 days, that's a cost. You know what I mean? Somebody got to pay for it. So just want to be transparent about, how this could happen. But at this time, we just don't know, right? But I did want to go ahead and talk about that briefly because I have seen that being a subject, all right? But let me know what y'all think of all this down below in the comments. Be sure to like and share this video. If this is your first time seeing me on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, become an insider. I'll catch y'all on the next one, y'all. Peace.
The glory of living righteous is setting in. My street knowledge and education's a perfect blend. Young mogul, independent, I've been setting trends. The first one from my family to be faithfully wed. Fuck niggas and the horses that they riding on. I see this shit from all angles like a polygon. I'm never politicking, the drama be piling on. Father and great son acknowledged like I'm Bobby Bonds. Conversation with my lady about the paper route. 5 cent bank accounts, every day I make it count. They down talking my commentary for hating now. Well, I can take it cause I'm bodying your favorite now, please. I can do this shit in my sleep. I been writing for these niggas, y'all read it and weep. I been fighting these niggas if you speak on the street. I'll turn your birthday party into New Year's Eve. Don't let me take it there. We ain't playing fair. This the ATL, Southside nigga moving furniture like Wayfair. Life on hold, no insurance for your healthcare. Lifeline gone, so you wanna be a millionaire? Well, let me tell you about this world I built. The women I dodged, the niggas that I read for filth. The sympathy calls, consulting for the stacks I built.